So I actually started, the first time I ever started surfing was when I was like 19 or 20, and somebody just gave me a board and said, there you go, there's the ocean, go try. And I literally barely got any waves, and actually one day it was really big, and this guy said to me, listen, you can take my board, but you need to go and do the like the whitewater, the inside. And I thought to myself, you know, I was 20 and stupid, there's no way I'm going to the whitewater, I'm gonna go paddle to the outside. So I paddled to the outside and got pummeled by a wave and tore up all my muscles in my leg. And at that point I said to myself, I'm never doing that sport again, oddly enough. And so I did move to San Francisco and started boogie boarding a little, and I lived with a girl that surfed, and she kept on going, come on, why don't you try surfing? Why don't you try surfing? I'm like, And it was really a boyfriend of mine that said, listen, I'll give you a lesson in Santa Cruz and see how that goes. So my first lesson was with Richard Schmidt in Santa Cruz, and it changed my life. Like, I was hooked. And that was when I was 32 years old. So it was about 12 years later I actually picked up the sport. And that was in July in 2001. And at that point the internet was completely crashing and failing, and I was in San Francisco working for a .com at the time. And in September of that same year, in 2001, I got laid off from my internet job. And I just knew the economy was bad, and I thought, you know what, I love surfing, let's go on a surf trip. Let's, you know, pack up your bags and leave. So my first thing was I went to Santa Cruz, honed in my skills, and then after that I went to Hawaii for a month. And I met this woman named Arzu in Hawaii. She was doing a round the world trip, and this was like a year and a half she's been in the trip. And she ended up being my guru, just like teaching me just like to live life in the moment. So the whole thing was, I was planning on going to Costa Rica because everybody told me, I said, where can I go for a few months and just like hone in on my surfing skills? And everybody's like, Costa Rica, Costa Rica. But I went to these first stops first because of like everyone. I was a little nervous going there by myself. And thankfully I met this woman, and she decided that she would go with me as well. So I asked these people, most of the time, at this point, literally most of the people I knew that surf, there weren't that many women surfing. This is in like 2001. By the time I came to Costa Rica, it was 2002. And so I asked a bunch of guys, where is like a beach town that we can stay for a couple weeks? You know, I want to travel around Costa Rica, but one I can really chill out. They said Mal Pais, Santa Teresa. So I'm like, okay. So we ended up going a couple places before we came here. And so our plan loosely was 2 months in Costa Rica and then 2 months throughout Central America to get back to LA. So we fell madly. I mean, I love this place. When I came up over that hill when we left, I absolutely cried my eyes out. I was like, I gotta get back there somehow. I really felt that way. And I was actually depressed for a couple days because I left this place. And so that's when the idea, like literally when I left here is when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start a surf camp in Mal Pais, Santa Teresa. You know, so as we're traveling around, we ended up 4 months here. Because we were loving Costa Rica. It's got this amazing energy and all the people are so nice, and it taught me how to slow down. And then she left me out of Guatemala City after 6 months, and after 8 months, I left out of Mexico City. And I was just like, by then, you know, if you travel around, I'd be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna start a surf camp. People were giving me ideas, and I'm writing them down, and it was just like, but at that point, you don't know when you go home whether or not you're gonna do it. So my turning point of why I ended up, I think, doing this business is I arrived back into San Francisco, and as soon as I got there, a friend of mine called me from a large advertising agency and said, listen, we have a project that I think I need your help on. And I was like, I mean, literally, it was like 2 days after I landed. I was like, God, you know, I don't really want to do that right now. I'm having a little culture shock, but I was told me how much the money was, and of course I was like, you know what, I'm broke. You know, I've been traveling for 8 months. So I walked into that office Monday morning, and that is the point where I realized I started this camp, because I walked in there and I'm like, this is not going to be my life again. You know, and that day I told them, I can't finish the project for you, I'm sorry. This will totally kill my soul. I need to keep on going. So I like literally start working on it. I, you know, wrote a business plan. A friend of mine does casting, real people casting. I worked for an agency part-time, so that was really great for me. My cousin gave me a room in his house in San Francisco for $250 a month. So like, it was like all the universe was saying, do it. And then the other thing is, you know, people ask me why all women's, and it's just like, really, this was a camp for me. Who do I want to hang out with? You know, I love surfing with them. Even if I go out today and I just call up like Annie and Rachel and we go out, it's kind of my favorite people to surf because they all like encourage each other, and it's not like we're out there like rah rah. We like enjoy each other getting waves and having fun. So I thought, you know, I want women. I didn't want kids. I wanted women. I wanted, you know, people like me. That's how I felt like I built a camp. So it took me about a year and a half to build it. My first camp was in January of 2004, and it went out like a bang. We had like 13 women. They were crazy. They were from San Francisco, and like at that moment I realized like this is it. You know, like I didn't really know if it would work. I thought, well, we'll find out. I'll do a few camps, and they just like went off. People after that first camp, I didn't know that it would change people's lives, but people cried and said, this is the best week of my life. I really had no idea. And people have come to this camp and like just had these epiphanies. Like, you know, life is great. I mean, Costa Rica really gives you like, this is nature. Like, I mean, you look around, it's like you see monkeys and, you know, squirrels and, you know, just all these things, and like, and it's alive here. And I think that like people really, when they live in cities and stuff, realize, wow, there's like this beautiful life out here that is worth living. And the ocean is so healing, it just makes you centered, and like surfing is so empowering. I mean, you understand how that feels. I mean, you didn't want to do it, you were like, maybe I won't like it, but it's like this totally, like you conquered those fears. And like, I face with fears every day. And when I paddled out today, you know, I was like, I was nervous, it was a little bit big out there. Yeah, this morning. You know, turn rolling, whatever. But you know, once I got that first wave, I was like, wow. I mean, it's the most amazing feeling, and you just like, you're submerged in nature, you know, and there's nature all around there, and there's like fishes down there, and you know, and all that stuff. So it's been just such an amazing journey. It's been 8 years, and I can't believe it, you know. And and yoga, I think is such an amazing part of it. I think it really gives you, you know, that balance of spirituality with surfing. I think they go hand in hand and stuff. So it's been amazing. I think when things fall into place, you're like, there's the signs. I mean, they were there. I mean, it paved the path. And I think, you know, with just having the first camp meeting, like, it could have been a disaster. None of us have ever done this. I've never worked in this capacity before in my life. I've been to a summer camp once when I was a kid. It's not like I've done it before. And it was just like went out. Like, it was crazy, you know, how. So I think when things are meant to be, they just like, I've asked people before, you know, that have been to other camps or worked with other camps, like, what's the difference with our camp? And they said, you know, interesting that your camp is you. Like, everything about you, Tierza, is your camp. I'm like, sweet, you know, like, and so, you know, I built it. It's like what I envisioned, what I would want to do, and also just like the people. And I think there's so many amazing women out there that want to do this type of trip. And also there's a lot of women out there that don't, you know, it's hard to find friends to do these things with, I think. So it's something I love, and I love, you know, I mean, the women that come here are amazing. I mean, you met them, they're amazing. It's like, just like interesting stories, interesting people. And like I said, I built this business to be like people that I want to hang out with. And I feel like every week it's people like I want to hang out with. These are awesome women, you know. Do I have any plans of selling this business or moving on? No. I mean, I can't imagine having another job. Like, there's no way, you know.